The number of exercises you do per workout realistically doesn't really matter, but what does matter is the amount of working sets you're doing for that particular muscle group. What's up everyone, David here, and got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Now today we're going to be talking about all of your individual workouts, and I'm pretty sure many of you spend too much time in the gym. I mean, let's be completely honest. As much as we enjoy working out, as enjoyable as it may be, as fun as it is, getting that pump, looking in the mirror, seeing results, getting progress, getting bigger, stronger, faster, losing weight, whatever your goal is, yes, it's understandable. We all love going to the gym. Yes, gym is life, or maybe you just have no life because all you do is go to the gym. But here's the thing. Part of the reason why you're spending so many hours, so much unnecessary time in the gym is because you're wasting too much time going from exercise to exercise, from machine to machine. You're just doing too many exercises in one particular workout. I should say too many exercises for one particular muscle group. And that's not necessarily important. No, many of you have that mindset that more is better. To a certain degree, yes, the more volume you do for a muscle group, yes, the more stimulus, the more growth you can lead. But what exactly is that more consisting of? Too many of you think that it's the amount of exercises that you're doing that's going to lead you to more results. More exercises, more growth. No. The number of exercises you do for any given muscle group in any given workout has absolutely nothing to do with the amount of results you're going to get. What does matter though is the amount of sets, specifically working sets, that you're doing for that muscle group. Let's get into it. First off, let's define what we're talking about when we say working sets. Too many of you start off, light. First exercise of the workout, let's just say squats. Okay, and let's just say you're the type of person where you're somewhere around the strength of, you can easily rep out 3 plates. 3 plates, 315, 365, anywhere in the 300s, that's your good working weight, which is perfectly fine. Now, you warm up with it, obviously. You start off with the bar, do 10 reps. You add a plate, you do 10 reps. You add 2 plates, let's just say you do 6 reps. And then you get up to that next weight of 3 plates. Okay, if your workout program says 3 sets of 8, 4 sets of 12, 5 sets of 5, whatever it may be, warm-up sets do not count. So if the workout program says 3 sets of 8, and you're a person whose strength allows you to squat 3 plates, then that set with the bar, that set with 1 plate, that set with 2 plates, those do not count towards your 3 sets of 8. No. Once you get up to 3 plates, once you get up to that good heavy weight that actually challenges you, that then is set number 1. Do however many reps you got to do. Boom, done. And now you got to repeat it for however many sets that your workout program prescribed. Warm-up sets do not count. A good working set is one that pushes you to the point where you're done with that set, you could have done 1, maybe 2 more left afterwards. So for me, if I'm squatting 3 plates, usually, depending on the day, I'm going to get anywhere between 6 to 8 reps. And again, that's me pushing myself. So let's just say I'm just grinding them out, getting those last few reps of squats, and then finally I finished at 7. By the time I'm done with that 7th rep and I re-rack the bar, I should have been able to only do 1, maybe 2 more. That is a good working set. But that warm-up set of 1 plate and that warm-up set of 2 plates, no, those are going to get me absolutely nowhere. Those are warm-ups. So every time I say working sets, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about RIR, reps in reserve, 1 or 2 left afterwards, and that should be for any exercise you do. Doesn't matter if it's squat, bench press, row, curls, hamstring curls, calf raises, any exercise you do, whatever amount of sets that the workout program says to do, just know all of those sets are working sets, not warm-up. So now that we defined working sets, let's talk about how many of them that you're supposed to do. Because again, it's not the number of exercises that you do per workout that's going to elicit how much growth, how much results you're going to see. It's how many working sets that you do. That's what's going to dictate how many results you're going to see, how much growth, how much bigger muscles you're going to see in the mirror. And let's just take quads, for example, quadriceps, the big muscle right here in front of your thigh. Too many times I see so many people, they do so many exercises for this. If I'm going to the gym and I see guys working out, I see them do what? Some type of squat on a barbell, on a squat rack, whether it be just a regular barbell back squat, a front squat, box squats, whatever squat variation they do, okay, they get their sets out of the way, boom, perfect, done. Then what do? They go to another machine that does the same type of movement pattern. It's still some type of quad exercise, but it's on the machine. So now they're doing some type of pendulum squat, leg press, hack squat, some type of squat compound movement, but now it's on a machine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. But then afterwards, they go on to another machine for more quad work. Okay, so now they're gonna do some type of, leg extensions, whether it be both legs at a time or single leg at a time. Okay, that's perfectly fine. But then afterwards, now they're starting to get into some walking lunges or just some type of lunge variation as a whole. Bulgarian split squats on a bench. They're doing walking lunges, reverse lunges, forward lunges in a stationary spot. Okay, at that point, now we're hitting 4 exercises for quads. Regular squats, leg press, leg extensions, lunges, and let's just say from there, they're doing 3 sets, which is kind of an underestimation because most of you, I'm pretty sure you're doing anywhere more than 4 sets and beyond. If you do 3 sets for each, okay, 3, 6, 9, 12, that's 12 working sets for quads. Now, is that inherently bad? Absolutely not. If your body can handle it and each one of those sets were good working sets, you did 12 good quality, intense, pushing yourself, these are the sets that are going to get you results. But here's the thing. Half of that time, are we actually spending it working out? Are we spending it transitioning, carrying our gym duffel bag from one machine to the other? Finally, we finish our squats. I want to go do leg press. I take all my stuff, get over there. Oh no, both leg presses in gym are being taken up. So now I'm just going to stand behind and I'm going to wait until they're done. The guy that's using the leg press, they're taking their time. So you see, we're wasting so much time waiting for these new machines. There's nothing wrong with those exercises that were listed. There's nothing wrong with doing that many sets of quads. The thing is, why do you have to break it up between 4 exercises? Does your quad really know whether that type of stimulus you're placing it on is coming from either a leg press or a leg extension? All your quad knows is that it's being stretched and contracted. Stretched and contracted. It doesn't know if it's coming from walking lunges. It doesn't know if it's coming from front squats. It doesn't know if it's coming from Bulgarian split squats. Your quads doesn't know what exercise it's doing. All it knows is that whatever your body is doing, it's causing it to be stretched and lengthened and then shortened and contracted. So what I'm getting at here is you don't have to do 4 exercises for quads. If you're doing 3 exercises each, I'll just say that's 12 sets, the example we keep using. And again, you don't have to do 12 sets. That's just the example I'm using to make this a little easier to explain. If you're doing 12 sets of quads, you do not have to split it up across 4 different exercises because I'm pretty sure you're just going to be wasting time transitioning over from one machine to the next, and waiting for people to get off the machine that you're waiting to use. Those 12 sets of squats, you can divide it amongst 3 exercises. So let's get rid of, let's just say, the walking lunges. Now we're down to 3 squats, leg press, leg extensions, and instead, now we're doing 4 sets of each. At the end of the day, now it's 1 less exercise. We went from 4 to 3, but now we're doing 4 sets of each, 4, 8, 12. That's still 12 sets at the end of the day, and they're all working sets. If you want to take it up a notch more, let's just say it is just super packed in the gym. Just because of the availability you have a full-time job, you're a student, college, high school, whatever it may be, you just have so much responsibility that the only free time you have to go to the gym is at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., essentially peak time, peak hours at the gym. Everyone is there at a time, so it's already hard enough to find machines as it is. There's already very limited spaces for you to actually work out because, again, it is just so packed because everyone else, that's the only time they have to work out. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, let's just say you were able to find 1 squat rack, okay, and then next thing you know, you got a feeling you're not going to be able to find the next machine. Okay, looking around, it's a little packed. Realistically, I'm probably only going to get a chance to do squats and then maybe hack squats because I see the hack squat machine is open. Okay, now you're down to 2 exercises, whereas in before, you're used to doing 4 exercises, 3 sets each, for a total of 12 sets for just quads. Now you know you might be limited to only 2 exercises, squats and hack squats, okay? How about we just do 6 sets of each? As long as each one of those sets are good working sets, which we already defined. What are working sets? 6 on the squats, 6 on the hack squats. At the end of the day, at the end of the workout, you still completed 12 good, hard, intense working sets, but you did it in less exercises. In a very drastic case, if you're down to just 1 exercise, let's just say squats on a squat rack, okay? If whatever reason you could only do that 1 exercise, do all 12 sets on that. Yes, obviously you're gonna have to go lighter. The more fatigued you are, the lighter you're gonna have to go. That's okay because the goal is to build muscle. When it comes to building muscle, don't get so concerned with how much weight is on the bar. Essentially, you just gotta go heavy enough to the point where it pushes you to get whatever amount of reps that your workout program prescribed. So again, one exercise, doing 12 sets of that one exercise for quads, in this case squats, versus 4 exercises, 3 sets each for quads. At the end of the day, 12 is still 12. Your quad does not know where that stimulus is coming from. It doesn't know what machine you're using. It doesn't know what type of barbell you're using. It doesn't know what kind of dumbbells you're using. All it knows is that it's being forced to stretch and contract. So again, it really doesn't matter how many exercises you're doing. Another great example, chest. And this one is especially for men. All you men out there, I see how many chest exercises you're doing. Yes, I understand you have the concept of more is better. Yes, obviously you want to push yourself. Yes, obviously you want to do more because you want more results. But the amount of exercises you're doing, realistically, it does not matter. It's how many sets you're doing, especially if you're the type of person who's doing the same type of movement patterns. Whereas, let's just say, me, for my chest workout, if I were to do barbell bench press, it's pretty much a staple. Everyone does barbell bench press. Everyone's doing it to build up their chest. Nothing wrong with that. I do 4 sets on here. Okay, fine. But then afterwards, I move on to dumbbell bench press. What am I doing? I'm doing that same motion. So it goes to show you that the number of exercises doesn't matter, because realistically, what is the difference between a barbell bench press and a dumbbell bench press? Are you not doing the same exact movement? You're lying down on your back and your arms are moving up and down. Yes, on the dumbbell bench press, you might get a little bit more stretch on the way down. That's good. But at the end of the day, let's be completely honest. Up and down is up and down. So that's just an extra step to take into consideration when it comes to programming your workout. If you're going from exercise to exercise, you already know it's not needed, but now you got to double down even more on it, especially considering that if that other exercise you're doing is the same movement pattern, then realistically, there's no need for it. You could have just doubled up on that first variation. Instead of doing 4 sets on barbell, 4 sets on dumbbell, just do all 8 sets on one. You save time and you're getting the same results realistically. Now, when exactly would adding different types of exercises, different types of movement patterns for the same muscle group come into play? Realistically, bodybuilding. Again, going back to the chest example, we already got our flat bench press out the way. Whether it be with a barbell or dumbbells, we got the flat variation out the way. The only reason why we will go to a different exercise and do a whole new sets of it is because we're targeting a different part of that same muscle. Yes, a regular flat bench will equally work your entire chest. Yes, you can do all of your sets for that given chest workout on the same machine, on the same exercise. But if I have a weak point of my upper chest, it's lacking, okay, then I need to do something where I'm pushing that portion a little harder. That's where the incline comes into play. So although, yes, I can do all my sets on one exercise and get a great chest workout, if I gotta bring up the weak points, okay, I might divide up my chest workout between 2 exercises. Some type of flat variation to equally just overall develop chest, but I'm gonna split up the other half of the sets incline to get that upper portion, because that's what's going to be biased once I start raising myself up a little higher. So if you're that type of person, you have a certain weak portion of that particular muscle group, and yes, that's where it will actually be smart, and that's when it will come in handy to actually move on to different exercises. That's when you should be looking at different exercises for that same muscle group throughout the workout. But again, then you're doing the incline. If you do a couple sets, let's just say 3 to 4 on barbell, okay, and then you do another 3 to 4 on dumbbell or another 3 to 4 on a machine incline, at the end of the day, incline is incline. You don't need to split up doing one exercise of incline on this machine, a couple sets of incline on this barbell. No, just do all your sets. At the end of the day, if the pad is elevated and you're in incline, it's still gonna work out. You're just wasting time going from one incline variation to another incline variation. Just do them all on the same machine. So there you have it, everyone. Just a quick rundown. Again, at the end of the day, the number of exercises you do for a particular muscle group in any given workout does not matter. What does matter is how many working sets you complete during that workout for that given muscle group. And again, it all comes down to if you're the specific person who has the very specific goal of building muscle. If your goal is to build strength, that's something completely different. That's powerlifting. For this video, we're specifically talking about the goal of hypertrophy, making the muscles bigger and stronger. So again, condense down the number of exercises. You're probably doing too many. You're probably doing the right amount of sets, but you're probably just doing too many exercises and you're just wasting time transitioning, waiting for machines. No. Condense it down. At the end of the day, 10 to 15 sets per muscle group, however you want to divide it up amongst whatever exercises. If 10 to 15 is too much for you, okay, tone it down. Me personally, the way that I divide most muscle groups during my workouts is I usually do 3 exercises and usually 3 to 4 sets each. So at the end of my workout, I'm usually hitting anywhere between 8 to 12 sets per muscle group during any given workout, and I usually train everything twice per week. So if you do the math, by the end of the week, I'm doing anywhere between 16 to, let's just say, 22 working sets per muscle group every week. So again, volume, working sets, that's the important. How you divide it up amongst exercises, how you break it down weekly, that's going to depend on you. But I'm just saying, you're probably doing a little too many exercises. You don't need that much variation. Just take the sets into account and you'll see results. Hopefully this video was helpful. Again, sorry about all the background noise. My neighbors are being obnoxious. Everyone just feels the need to be gardening. I don't know why. No one's got grass. We're in the middle of the cold season. It's winter. Ridiculous. Anyways, whatever. So comment down below if this video was helpful. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is. Comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. And on Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on both accounts. I put all my links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch you all next time.